So the next meet, like 11 months later, in March 17th, 1984, I was flying high, expecting a lot. I was at 198 too. I moved up to 198-pound class. Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 Plus Fitness Journey. Today I just want to have a little bit of fun. I want to relive some of my glorious or inglorious past. You may have heard me mention more than a few times. I used to do powerlifting in my younger days, and I want to show you some history of this and kind of like the pinnacle and the steep fall from my powerlifting career. This is probably, I've learned to live with it since then, but I remember this one particular day I'll show you was one of the most painful physically and mentally days I can remember. It was just such a huge disappointment. I had so much hope, and it was escalating, about to happen, and then just fell apart. And never really came back together in the powerlifting regard. So let me show you what I'm talking about, and then we'll catch back up in a few minutes, wrap it all up. Let me show you. All right, let's begin our trip down memory lane in April 30th of 1983. This was my first powerlifting meet. This was the Virginia State Championships in the United States. It was a USPF event, United States Powerlifting Federation. This is an assisted meet. Meaning you can wear a squat suit, knee wraps, belt, obviously. I entered in the 181-pound class, and the reason I entered into this was I was lifting at home by myself, not in a gym. Had no coach. I was not around people in a gym. I had no people to train with, so I was just lifting weights. And I would like to reiterate, at this point in time, I was natural. This was all natural. I had no idea anything even existed that you could take. So, I was oblivious. And as a matter of fact, when I entered into this meet, I went in there not knowing about squat suits and knee wraps and things like that. So I went in there with shorts, t-shirt, a belt, and ace bandages for squatting. But all in all, it wasn't terrible. I got some good. I had 315 bench and 400-pound squat. I wasn't doing a lot of squat. Was not doing a lot of squats or deadlifts. And like most young people, I was focusing on the easy bench press. But I was stoked about this deadlift. I remember this. That was like a 90-pound PR, and I was flying high. But even after all that, I finished ninth, and I'm sure, I was okay with that. But this deadlift right here stoked the fire. So over the next year, I lifted like a fiend. I got me a new squat rack and some more York barbell plates. And, back in those days, in 83 and 84, we didn't carry cameras around with us everywhere. We didn't record every step we made. And it was a lot harder to procure things like squat racks and weights back then. You couldn't go online and find 50 variations of squat racks. But I put together a really good home gym regardless, and just started squatting and deadlifting like crazy. So the next meet, like 11 months later, in March 17th, 1984, I was flying high, expecting a lot. I was at 198 too. I moved up to a 198-pound class. And like I said, I had big expectations, and I started off with a nice third squat, successfully getting 525. And this is where the train went off the tracks. Everything went awry. I was expecting an over 400-pound bench press. I remember this vividly. I was really stoked about this because this was my strong suit. And this first attempt it was successful, 360. It was done that many times in training. But I was able to successfully tear my right pec muscle. Not severely, but severely enough I could not do another bench press. And I couldn't grasp the bar to do deadlifts. So I was done. I was out. I was DQ'd. Now, I can't tell you the utter sheer disappointment I felt there on that day. I mean, we all have days like that you remember. In the big scheme of things, in life events, this isn't horrible, but I do remember it hurt, and physically and mentally. And, it was a woulda, shoulda, coulda. But so I went back home and recovered, and I definitely got some higher totals. I just never got back into another meet. And like I said, I didn't record any of this stuff back in those days. It wasn't a thing. You just did your thing, and I trained by myself, so it was more just self-satisfaction. But at any rate, that's the base of my, or the kind of the beginning of my weightlifting career. And do I wish I had pursued this afterwards? Yes, I do, but who knows what that would have changed. So I'm happy. And I just wanted to relive this a bit for you guys and gals, and hopefully it was kind of fun. There you go.
Well, there you go. That was a long time ago. And believe me, I harbored some kind of resentment, I guess you'd call it resentment, for years. And since then, I've certainly, it's water over the dam, water under the bridge, whatever you want to call it. But I guess I've thought about this many times. Would I want to relive that time in my life again and try to, make more out of that? I don't think that's the way it was supposed to be. So it was an experience, and it has helped me, and I still have that foundational strength that I developed back in those days, the muscle memory thing. So for that, I'm grateful. If I had followed a different course, maybe I'd have been in a different place. Maybe things would be different. But I like where I am, so I don't know if I wanted it to be different or wanted to be different. So I'm glad I'm where I am today. I'm happy with what I'm doing today. The last 5 or 6 years has been awesome. That's why I want to document this particular old guy's journey, just for this very reason. And I think it's cool to go back and rehash some stuff. And like I said, back in those days, we didn't carry cameras around with us everywhere we went. We didn't record everything we did. I'm sure I have photos of that second powerlifting meet somewhere. Probably in my mom's attic somewhere. I've been meaning to track those things down for a while. But anyway, it was fun while it lasted, and I found more fun things to do since, so it's all good. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Just a little brief history of this old guy's weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, fitness career. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I appreciate you being here. And while you're here, hit that like button for me. That'd be great. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Come join us. And keep an eye out for more content like this from this old dude's fitness journey. So anyway, thank you for being here. And with that, I will say, until next time, go get 'em. Mark out.